Okay, so here we are. It's day 3. The big areas have been moved around a little bit, but today it's time to get into those smaller areas, the nitty gritty areas, the paper. Now that I've got the paper where I want it, I need to go through the paper and look at what I want to keep. Same thing for um, different embellishment pieces, ephemera things that I've made, and also what I found in my stash down there were unfinished projects. Anybody have those? So also what I discovered is I'm very ADD. So I sat down to kind of look through those different card samples and unfinished products and see what did I want to keep, what did I want to throw out. As paper crafters, we really don't want to throw out anything. We always think that we can use it. So as I sat down to go through all those unfinished projects cards that I had, I also found that it would be very quick to sit down and get some creating done, because you want to create a little bit every day too. So I was able to sit down and use those unfinished projects, because for the most part I did still have all the pieces and parts that I needed, and quickly put those cards together and then get them stored away and categorized and put into my expanding card file. So stay tuned so you can see more of that and what exactly I accomplished today. Today's plan is to tackle these little piles. Most of the big stuff is moved and put where I want it, like I showed you yesterday. But then I'm left with these big piles that keep accumulating. So I need to go through these piles, separate them out, and figure out what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. So what I need to do is touch each one quickly, like the Marie Kondo method, and say, does this bring me joy or does it not? And if it's something I can use, put it in a pile and try to separate them out, and then try to put them in some sort of container to corral all the stuff. Okay, so here's the first pile that I'm doing. Now this might look kind of uninspiring, but it just builds up. Envelopes. Envelopes and unfinished cards. That's what I need to go through today. Figure out what envelopes are nice envelopes. I have slimline envelopes. I have envelopes that have unfinished cards in them. I need to figure out a system to put them. Do I keep those unfinished card fronts and put them together? Or do I just separate them out and keep the envelopes? So that's what I'm trying to decide right now. Talking about the envelopes, I got them all separated and put into my drawer here. And I took out the ones I didn't like. I took out the box that I didn't need. So now I have lots of space for envelopes, and I also found some that I didn't know I had. So for now, that's going to work right there. But then, of course, it led to all the card front bases that I hadn't done anything with. Some are scored already. And then, of course, these are just the pre-cut card fronts. And I put those in piles, and I'll set those aside. I can use those for die cuts and cards. But then, of course, I had this pile of all my unfinished cards. So what I decided to do is, if I had enough of the pieces left that I remembered what the card was, I decided to go ahead and put them together. And for now I can leave the sentiment off. So when I need this card, maybe in July again next year, I can stamp happy birthday or anniversary or thinking of you or whatever as it comes along. So that's what I'm doing right now. If the card has, if I know what the card was, if I can remember, then I'm putting it together and putting it in these piles, and then I will file those away in my card file pack. And then that leaves me with all these other extra pieces that I have that I don't remember what the card looked like. So I'm trying to decide what to do with that. File that away or keep, and then some of these pieces will go into an embellishment file that I want to start accumulating. I put those cut pieces of designer series paper over here in this box with some of the, like I said, some of the ephemera pieces and embellishments that I have. That's going to be my pile for tomorrow. But I want to show you over here. Let's swing over here on my desk. I'm feeling pretty good about what I got accomplished today, putting together some of my cards that I'd had the pieces and parts sitting around for a while. So now what I'm going to do is file those away in my container here, my file folder here. And then over here, I still had in these plastic bags card pieces and fronts that I didn't really want to put back in general population because I do kind of see some ideas for those. So what I'm going to do is just keep them in this box right here on my desk, and when I have a few minutes on a rainy day or whatever, I can come grab a couple of those and start putting those together. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and finish these and put these in the file folder, and then tomorrow we are going to tackle the embellishments and the ephemera. For more crafty inspiration, be sure to click the video on screen and don't forget to subscribe.